Okay, let's now get to the reaction from a whole bunch of different people, including Donald Trump himself, to the absolutely explosive revelations, the claims being made in the forthcoming book from Bob Woodward and Robert Costa, as we told you in an earlier segment. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Mark Milley, was so worried that in the aftermath of his loss to Joe Biden and the January 6th riots, that Donald Trump was so out of it that he would actually maybe try to launch nuclear weapons. And we learned about in the book, we learn about the things that Mark Milley did in order to try to prevent this, including having some kind of fail-safe type conversation with the top military brass, phone call with China, phone call with Nancy Pelosi, etc. Well, Donald Trump appeared on Newsmax yesterday on the show of Sean Spicer, his own former press secretary, and saying a lot of really crazy things. Let's just jump right into it.
So first of all, if it is actually true, which is hard to believe, that he would have called China and done these things and was willing to advise them of an attack or in advance of an attack, that's treason.
Now, it would only be advising them in advance of an attack if this story is true and Trump was really thinking of nuking China. I mean, understand now, Trump in a moment will deny it, but think about what Trump is saying. Trump is saying, you know, if we're doing an operation, a military operation of some kind, including a bombing, and you go and you let the enemy know ahead of time, that's treason. But in order for that to be the case, you have to be saying that it's true, which Trump now says is not true anyway.
And I would think I've had so many calls today saying that's treason. Number one. Number two, it's totally ridiculous. I never thought of it. You were there. You knew what was happening in the White House.
If you never thought of it, then what Milley did made sense, which was assure China that you're not actually about to nuke them. So which is it? I mean, even the explanation is completely incoherent.
As you have plenty of friends, you never heard the word China mentioned in a thing like this. You heard a lot of anger about China on trade, and we made a great trade deal. You heard a lot of anger in China with the China virus. The
trade deal was a disaster. There was no deal. It was tariffs that were completely counterproductive. Remember, just to be thorough.
But for him to say that I would even think about attacking China, I think he's trying to just get out of his incompetent withdrawal out of Afghanistan. The worst, the dumbest.
So remember, that was Trump's withdrawal plan, first and foremost, Trump's withdrawal plan. But if there was really no plan or even worry that you were going to go after China, then it's really no big deal for Milley to say, guys, we're not going to nuke you. We're not going to nuke you. It's OK. Don't worry. So it's a flip-flopping. Trump's furious for conflicting reasons, both of which can't possibly be true.
Thing that anybody's seen, probably the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to our country, where they killed our soldiers. We left with embarrassment on our face.
So now Trump's on to Afghanistan, by the way.
We left Americans behind, and we left $85 billion worth of the best equipment in the world that I bought because I was the one that rebuilt our military, and then Biden gave it.
That's a lie as well.
Away. For him to say that I was going to attack China is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And everybody.
So again, Milley is not saying Trump was going to attack China. Milley was saying we were worried he might lash out and try to launch nukes, but we believed we had a plan to prevent it. And we assuaged the fears of China. It's like Trump, he's misunderstanding the story three different ways and responding to it in three different ways that are conflicts with each other. Does he know it? No. Does Sean Spicer know it or care? Probably not.
He knows it. And I have to tell you, I don't know if they have him on tape saying this, but I found Woodward and I found his cohorts to be extremely dishonorable people. That's why I didn't do an interview with him. I think he's highly overrated. This guy is one of the most overrated guys. He's a sleaze. But I did not ever think of attacking China. One other thing, I just read a report about a week ago where they said Donald Trump was the only president in decades that didn't start a war.
Okay, so that an often repeated phrase that out of context and without any serious analysis means very, very little. So Trump, everybody's terrible. The reporters are sleazes. The general is a lightweight. Note the constant ad hominems and attacks here. Trump drops in during the interview without evidence that Obama is actually probably currently in charge, not Joe Biden.
He's the opposite. He's worse than Obama. Of course, Obama is probably running the government now anyway, according to many.
Yeah. So a former president saying it's a different president. The president that's officially the president's not really the person that's in charge. OK, there's a former president saying it. And then lastly, here is Donald Trump with a sort of completely delusional framing of the perception of America's place in the world.
The people of our country respect us. They love our country, and they want to see our country succeed. And our country has gone really downhill in the last 8 months like nobody's ever seen before.
Now, remember, the polling is respect for America globally is up basically everywhere. Russians liked Trump. I don't remember. There's like one African country and then also maybe Turkey where Trump had like okay approval and respect around the world. Everybody else was disgusted by Trump globally. Respect for the world is up now that Trump is gone. It's the opposite of what Trump is telling you.
And you go to these elections that are coming up in 22 and 24, we're not going to have a country left. The election was rigged, and we're not going to have a country left.
So a final lie there as Donald Trump signs off. So Trump highly triggered by this report, which in all likelihood is true, at least in the spirit, even if not every single detail can be independently confirmed. That's sort of my sense of it. The book is well cited and well researched, and we're going to continue to learn more about it. One of our sponsors is Nebbia, who have developed the most impressive showerhead I've ever seen. It was designed by former NASA engineers who spent years researching how to save water. And what they created, the Nebbia by Moan Spa Shower, uses 45% less water than a traditional showerhead, but with an 81% more powerful spray. And they do this by using atomized droplets that rinse soap and shampoo off faster than any showerhead I've ever used. I installed Nebbia by Moan Spa Shower in my bathroom at home. Took 5 minutes to set up. I've been using it for about a year. I'm in and out of the shower way faster because of that powerful spray. But again, it's helping the planet and your wallet by using 45% less water than a traditional showerhead. The Nebbia by Moan Spa Shower starts at just $199, but you'll get 10% off all Nebbia products when you go to nebbia.com/Pacman and use the promo code Pacman. The link is right underneath this video.